On July 16, 1194, in Assisi, Italy, Chiara Alfreduccio was born to be later called St. Clare of Assisi. Chiara had dedicated herself to a life of prayer at a young age. When she was 18, she heard St. Francis preach. Because of this, she had wanted his help to live a life according to the gospel. In 1212, on Palm Sunday, she had left her father's house and went on to meet and join Francis in the chapel of Porzinuskia. While with Francis, she had cut her hair and had given up her rich gown for a plain robe and veil. Later, she joined the convent of Benedictine nuns of St. Paolo, under Francis's orders. There, her father found her and had tried to force her back into his home, but she denied him and had said that she would have no other husband than Jesus Christ. Later, she asked St. Francis to live in greater solitude, and he sent her off to St. Angelo in Panzo. When at this monastery, Clare's sister, Caterina, who later took on the name Agnes, joined her. The two remained there until a separate dwelling was built for them. Over time, other women joined St. Clare and her sister, wanting to live with no money and be the brides of Jesus. This group was later known as Four Ladies of Damiano. All lived a life of simplicity and seclusion from the outside world. Also, St. Francis gave these women rules as a second order. They couldn't wear shoes, ate no meat, they lived in a poor house, and had to keep silent majority of the time. Their daily lives consisted of prayer and manual labor. Yet, despite of all this, they were happy to do this because our Lord was close to them all the time. San Damiano became the center of Clare's new order, which was known as the Order of Four Ladies of San Damiano. Also, for a brief period of time, the order was directed by St. Francis, and by 1216, Clare had become the abbess of San Damiano. A whole 10 years after her death, the order became known as the Order of St. Clare. While serving as the order's leader, Clare had been so dedicated to follow Francis that she was often referred to as Alter Franciscus, or another Francis. She encouraged Francis and saw him as her spiritual father figure and had taken care of him as he got older. After Francis's death, Clare had continued to protect the order from the popes who would try to impose rule over it. In 1224, an army of soldiers came to attack Assisi. Although she was very sick, Clare went out and met the soldiers with the Blessed Sacrament on her hands. She then placed it where all the soldiers could see it. Then she got on her knees and prayed to God to protect the sisters. She had said, "O Lord, protect these sisters whom I cannot protect now." And a voice answered to her, "I will keep them always in my care." And then the army had been so frightened that they fled Assisi without harming anyone. Later in time, while sick, she was declared in charge of the order on the 9th of August in 1253. 2 days later, St. Clare had died at 59 years old.